Hello and welcome to live pre-season commentary of the friendly between Handsworth FC and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft. The game here at the Express Worktop Stadium is about to get underway. We will go through the team sheet shortly, but we are about to go away with former Steel Scott Ruthven on the ball ready for Handsworth to start things off. And we look forward to it. We'll go through the team quickly for you now. So if in goal for Stocksbridge there's Harry Garman, then it's Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Josh Millen, Alex Phillipson, Elliot Murray, Alex O'Connor, Ashley Butterworth, Dan Hernandez, Ollie Novak and Danny Deacon. So that is Handsworth getting the game underway here. So we might not have the best stream today. The internet here at Handsworth is not the best, unfortunately. As Tom Crosby in the Handsworth goal gets a touch. We don't have an Handsworth team sheet, but obviously with it being Handsworth, there are quite a few familiar players in their team. As Scott Ruthven looks on the ball, but Tinker will head that away for the Steels a minute into this game. Stocksbridge looking to improve on their friendly performance as Ruthven takes touch the ball, gets a good little pass off to the right side. The number 10 spreads it out to the 7 on the right wing. Back to number 2, cross going in. Just over the head of number 11, who just misses his header and will be chased down. Will end up being outgoing, then going out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So out he goes. It's one of the new Stocksbridge signings. Ends up going out for the Steels throw with Charlesworth now. Thrown down, looking for Butterworth, headed behind by the Handsworth player, but Hernandez at centre forward today will end up getting on the ball, loses it into midfield of Handsworth, gets it forward to Ruthven, tried to flick on, loses it to Butterworth, tries to get on the outside, gets a little shove but carries on anyway. Hey, gets it to Charlesworth, pushing up, Charlesworth looking to find Hernandez in the middle, head away for it, and get to him over the top of Deacon moving on the left, but moving on to it's Alex O'Connor, escaping the pull of that number 8. Finds the number, appeals for an offside and not given as Deacon's been forced further and further back into midfield. It goes for Josh Millen, his first appearance in pre-season, as it goes back to Murray and then back to Phillipson. Okay, touch forward. Hit forward now to Novak, who gets his first touches of the game. Novak will pass down, he gets intercepted by Ruthven, lays off the number 10, who's going to try and get on the end of it on the right wing. Looking to keep it in, he has control of it now as he gets to the touchline, back to the 7 in space on the... Charlesworth gets it back, sent forward here, goes only back to Handsworth, and all the way back now to Crosby, who will switch this out to the right hand side, and to the number 4, and then all the way back he'll go to the defence, who very high up in the air clearance is going to end up going out for a throw-in on the halfway line for Stockton. So it's 2 minutes gone in this game. It remains 0-0 to the Steels. Ball going into midfield for Stockbridge. Nova trying to get on the end of it, but intercepted by the defence of Handsworth. It's going to be distributed back. All the way back into defence it's going. Into defence it goes again. And all the way back to Crosby, who isn't comfortable at his feet, featured in a lot of charity matches over the last few years, playing for, well, Sheffield Wednesday charity teams. As it goes into the Handsworth midfield and defence, and we have hit that pre-season pace at the moment. It's quite slow. Into Butterworth, who intercepts, and now to O'Connor, gets tackled, and over to Ruthven it goes. And then back to the number 8, who will push forward, lays it off into the middle to the number 10, to the right of the number 2. Goes forward with it, right-footed ball looking over the top, and it will go out for a goal kick. Handsworth having the better of the early stages of this match. Just wait for the goal kick now for the Steels. Garmin, who returns to the club this summer, had a short stint in the goal when Townsend was away last year. Now we'll get the number 1 jersey going into next year. Ball going long, but intercepted by Handsworth, and we fought for by Novak, who's had a bit of a tussle there in midfield with Handsworth, and Handsworth going to win that with the number 3 South, spreads it out to the right hand side, moving centrally, left-footed ball to switch play over to the 11. A good switch, but Charlesworth gets him being physical with his man and forcing him back, and that is too physical, and the free kick will be given. So, will be a free kick for Handsworth now. Out. And the number 8 will be the man standing over the ball, will look to hit this right-footed, it appears.
Clear it!
Here comes the number 8, will look to chip it into the box, headed towards goal, but it's off target, will be a goal kick. And Garmin here will have his chance. Garmin short now to Phillipson, who will look to carry this out of his box. And back it'll have to go to Garmin. Phillipson looks frustrated. He didn't have many choices in front of him, but as Stocksbridge look to pass it out of their own defence at the moment. Now to O'Connor, who is trying to evade the challenge. Will break through the one from the number 8. Back it go to Millen, who spreads it out to Murray. Struggled with injury over the last few months, back in the first team today. As Tinker sends it long, looking for the number 10 O'Connor. Offside flag is up, and that stops a potentially promising attacking move. Here comes Handsworth on number 3. Well, take long, just goes under the foot of Charlesworth, and Ruven will look to press as Garmin came out, but Garmin collects it without much pressure on him. Throws out to Murray, still in his own box. Will take this forward. Sent long, looking for Hernandez. Hernandez thinks he might just be able to keep that. No, he won't be able to. Will be a throw-in. Normally would respond to your comments, but right now there's a weird thing happening with YouTube. It wants me to verify my identity, but the internet's not good enough for us to load up that identity page. It's one of the reasons that I am most likely cutting in and out today, which is a frustration as Novak sends one over the top, and O'Connor's trying to get to it, gets a foot on it. Number 2 does as well. It will be a corner kick to the Steels. Stocksbridge get their first corner of the game. Looks like O'Connor is going to be on this corner. A bit of a audition for corners moment. It's a high loft one looking for the far post, and it was Hernandez who got on the end of it, but he sent his volley into the ground, bounces over the bar, where it will be a goal kick. Nice idea. Hernandez wasn't marked that far post, just didn't get his technique right on that occasion. Means 0-0 with 8 minutes gone in this game. So back with Crosby now for this goal kick. Lays it out to his defender, who will low and send it long into midfield. Under pressure from Tinker, the number 7, but managed to evade it and spread it out to the right-hand side. Back to number 8, who sends it over the top, and that allows Tinker to intercept, gets it to Millen. Heavy touches from him, he loses the ball. But Stocksbridge in a tricky position. O'Connor comes back and helps, but Hands are still on it. They've sent one for the number 11 to try and chase down the left wing. Keeps it in, good touch on the inside, but Charles reads that and gets pushed over as the 11 tried to get back onto it. Back now with Phillipson for his free kick. Rat switches it over to Murray. Forward to Deacon, who sends it back, and Murray goes beyond Murray. Murray has to chase it back. Not the best pass back, bit too much power on it, as now over with Phillipson. And Stocksbridge looking a bit, to be honest, so far. It's sent long, and Hernandez will chase after dropping deep, and it will be headed away from him and out now eventually for a Stocksbridge throw. See Tom Charlesworth's hurdling abilities to go fetch the ball back from the AstroTurf cage we have here at Handsworth. Back to Charlesworth after the throw in, spreads it out to Murray. Oh, and he's going to carry it well forward, Murray. Through to Millen, tries to turn away, but the tackle goes in, allows it to go to Butterworth. Evades the sliding tackle. Butterworth takes a shot. It's a fizzer, spilled by Crosby, collected at the second occasion. Good work from Crosby after the initial little spill. That was not the best thing that he'll have ever done in his life, but eventually got enough onto it to get away. So back here on the right hand side, sent long over the top. Number 10 is higher than Phillipson, but and then some good defensive work. Charlesworth covered his winger and allowed Garman to get to it. Phillipson on the ball now will take the touches and carry it forward, and then sends one over the top. One for Novak to try and chase. And Deacon's got the muscle on his man, but the number 3 rescues him, manages to clear it. Will be a corner kick. Deacon just managed to squeeze himself in between defenders and then use his body well to try and shield it away from his man. It was actually the man who was trying to avoid Novak from breaking through that had to come back and rescue him. Corner kick to the Steels. Deacon taking the left footed corner, look for the far post. Good ahead of, but just over the bar. It's Elliot Murray who just heads just over. Crosby takes it short here to his defence as Steele's been improving in this game. Not forward, Tinker gets onto it and passes it back to Garman. Takes his time with it. 12 minutes gone in this game. But intercepted, and Stocksbridge will allow Charles to get onto it, and he turns well there and will switch it over to Murray. So it remains 0-0 again. We're at a bit of a pre-season pace. It's not the most thrilling encounter as you usually get in the summer. Stocksbridge, though, after quite a rough start, have been improving throughout, and they've sent one over top, but Deacon's not going to chase that one, and Crosby will be able to collect that without much stress. Currently with Handsworth, and they're going to come forward. They cross the halfway line on the right hand side, come back with a heavy touch. Deacon gets a foot in, but still with Handsworth. The number 7 who just turns around Butterworth. Deacon tries to get in again, and actually that's a foul on Handsworth, surprisingly so. Not entirely sure why that was a foul for Stocksbridge, but they will get the free kick and switch possession over. Deacon, who has performed well in pre-season so far, earning that free kick. Being familiar to lots of teams around non-league in this area, but obviously has had spells in America with Orlando City and Detroit City and a few other college teams. I think the Erie Commodores are my favourite name of some of the names, because the American soccer team names, as it is over there, are fantastic. Tinker on the left hand side will pass it down to Murray. He's going to send it long. Hernandez is going to try and chase it. It's head away from him. Deacon was trying to get onto that, but could not do so. Back with Handsworth now. And it's a good turn from the number 8 who's charging at central defence. Will try to spread it out to the 11. It's a poor pass, and Charlesworth intercepts. It's a potentially good looking move there for, and the number 8 burst into some real speed and some real space, but he couldn't do anything as Deacon's going to see if he can find the pass over the top for Hernandez. It did drop. It was awkward from Crosby. Hernandez battling for it, juggled on it. I think Hernandez had some connection with his face at that, but Crosby is a lucky man on that occasion not to end up looking a bit daft as the ball goes high up into the air, and number 2 will head it away. One in the crowd just going have it at that one. It was a Peter Kay special. As someone goes past who I think needs their brakes checking. Well, it's the weirdest siren you've ever heard. We are here at the Express Worktop Stadium. It is a place where we have, as well, the drinks break seems to be happening now. So during a stoppage, I think Tom Crosby having a little look at with the official. He's going to get some treatment. So, yeah, here at the Express Worktop Stadium, if you've never been here before, it's an AstroTurf stadium. Always a good thing to go to get your legs used to, considering we do have a few teams in our league with AstroTurf. I think maybe less this year, actually, with Stockton being promoted, but still we'll have a few visits to artificial surfaces, particularly Concert being wild, I remember. But just watching Ian Richards had come on pitch over to talk to the referee. I'm not sure what about, but the thing that you'll get here at the Express Worktop Stadium is that you can just see behind the trees on the opposite side to the stand here is Parkway, so we do get some bit of traffic noise. I've always wondered what happens if the ball goes onto Parkway, because I've seen some poor passes in the time here, and have happened at some point. Hands off on the ball in the attack. Number 10 evades a tackle from Phillipson, gets it out to the right-hand side into number 8, and he's going to lose the ball. Telly Murray, a bit of calmness from the young defender, gets it forward now to Hernandez, who's going to get pushed over by 5 as number 5 had successfully turned him, but he's not going to get away with that. Now to Phillipson. Gets it to the right to Charles. Evades the challenge really well. Gets it to Millen. Back goes to Phillipson. Then over to Murray over on the left centre of the defence. He carries it forward. Takes the pass forward to Deacon, who's dropped deep. He's getting a bit of pressure. And the number 10 comes in with a stinging tackle. Completely fair though. And quite rightfully the referee's not given the foul. Back to Crosby, who sends this forward, headed away from Phillipson, and number 8 wins it in midfield, and it's going to be number 8, a good touch from him, gets it to the 11, but he's going to go backwards. The number 8 looks frustrated with him after that. Not a different number, but the attacker for Handsworth did look very frustrated there. He didn't get the ball back. Handsworth still on the attack near the edge of the area. Murray will take it and thought about the shot, didn't take it, out to the 11. Number 3 helping him on the left will look for the overlap 3, cross going, looking for the far post. Tinker heads it back into the danger zone, and Murray has to clear it. It's a good clearance in the end. Handsworth with probably their best attack of the game so far. 19 minutes gone, and it remains 0-0 here. Number 5 will switch play onto the right side, but it's a poor touch by the number 2. I'm going to go sort out a thing with my phone to make sure that the stream can continue. Back, I don't know if that's been sorted yet, but it does remain 0-0 here. You may have heard a bit of applause. It was for an Handsworth shot that went just wide. Handsworth are growing into this game quite a bit over the last 5 minutes. Had some decent attacks. Just told you about one where Tinker almost headed it back into the danger. And now Garman will have a goal kick to help get the ball away. So back now with Garman, former Brighouse keeper, will visit his former team in a friendly in the last Saturday before the season starts. Well, goes on to Butterworth, his fellow Brighouse man, before it's cleared away. Down line it goes, Murray will. Now back to the 7, low shot from the middle, peels for offside from Garman, not given. In the end, Phillipson just boots that one out of play, throwing for Handsworth over on the right wing. Wright will win it, and he's going to lose it to Butterworth, who showed quite a bit of aggression during pre-season. As Tinker now will send it along to Hernandez, trying centre forward role. Not coming off for him. That struggle with that one, as it ends up going back to number 5. We'll pass it back to Crosby, who's looked a bit shaky at times, but that time he looked good as he quickly switched out to the number 3. Hernandez presses, so here does Charlesworth now as it goes to the 11. Back into defence, and Hernandez just misses on the interception. Weren't too far off as Ruven has it in centre forward. Will switch play to the right hand side really well. Good chest. Tinker gets him though and dispossesses him. And now Will just turn and give it to Millen. Back now to Murray, who takes the touch. Will send it long, looking for Hernandez, but misses it head, and number 5 will head it backwards. And number 2's trying to chase down, keep it in. He does do so, but he's had to work hard to do that. Out to the number 5 again, who will look to switch it over to the left wing. Charles tries to read it, can't do so. The pass works out. Number 11, good little trickery, gets it past Charlesworth. The number 11, though, he got a little pull on from Charlesworth, gave up on it completely. Charlesworth's going to get a very rare pre-season yellow card. I'm surprised about that. I saw some nasty tackles the other week in a friendly that did not get penalised. I actually saw one in the ladies' game last Sunday as they played Rotherham United and 21s that would have maybe been a red card, and that I think that guy Scott. I did get a yellow card in the end, but surprised to see it for that, especially as the number 11 just basically he just gave up and was waiting for the free kick. He could have probably continued with it and got the ball because Charlesworth was well behind it. Anyway, here's a free kick to Handsworth, the number 10 on the ball. Right footed, chips it over into the air. Good header from Ruven, loops it into the back of the net. Handsworth has got the goal, and it's Scott Ruven against his former team. It would be typical, it always is the former player curse. It was a really good free kick, and Ruven gets a looping header. Garman has very little chance of it, and Handsworth are now in the lead here. Steels will need some big improvement for the rest of this half. That goal coming on the 23rd minute. Back now to Phillipson. Send back forward to O'Connor. Now back to Murray. Murray going along and looking for Deakin. I think actually Jack Tinker would push forward, but couldn't get to him. I think Stocksbridge are struggling with a lack of a natural centre forward today. Dan Hernandez has moved into that position at the moment, but Jack Haslam and Sam Kelly away at the moment. It's likely to be the Steel centre forwards going into next season, as Murray can only head that backwards. Ruven going to keep that in just close to the touchline. Tries to send it back, takes a deflection, and it's Phillipson that rescues that and clears it away. Goes to Deakin, who looks to turn. Back now to O'Connor. To Tinker, will come forward, left footed, looking for Novak, who heads it on, but just be too heavy. Crosby's going to come where to go to boot that one away. It's a big long boot, and Ruven will make the most of it, but Phillipson heads it away, comes off and hands of play before Murray's able to clear it. Butterworth will try and take control of the bouncing ball, and he's being forced backwards, looking to turn, led forward to Novak. Heavy touch from the young man, and he will end up having to give it back to Murray to make sure possession is retained. Ball long forward, looking for Deakin, who's had some good movement, but number 2's read that one. Back to Crosby it goes, and he will just send that out long. Millen tries to insert with a header, but goes out. And me, Jack Tinker, I think, look a bit annoyed, because I think if he'd left it, Jack Tinker would have had that to feet. So will be a throw in here. We are 25 minutes going this game. It is 1-0 to Handsworth. Scott Roven scoring the only goal of the game so far against his former club. Roven did feature against Stocksbridge last season for Hallam FC, and actually when he left Stocksbridge back at the end of 2021, his very first game for his new club Sheffield FC was against Stocksbridge. It was the game that was cancelled for fog later on. As Hernandez takes a touch, but number 6 reads that, slices a clearance up into the air. Awkward bouncing ball. Welcome to AstroTurf football. Millen's the first touch onto it. Gets it to Deacon, back to Millen. He's going to push it forward to Charlesworth. Charlesworth turns out to his man well, gives it back to Deacon, then back to Charlesworth. Charlesworth sends it over the top. That bit aimless, that ball. Bounce takes it in field before Handsworth clear it away, and out to play it goes for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Charlesworth chips on forward, looking at Hernandez. High foot from Hernandez. Suppose that wasn't given as a foul. Goes to Deacon, who takes a volley and went too far off that fitting volley. Dan Hernandez raised his foot very high to get it. Usually that has been penalised in the modern day, but he gets away with it on that occasion. Then he went to Deacon, who went for the spectacular and wasn't that far off it. Watching some of his highlight reels over the summer, and they are fantastic. As Handsworth on the attack, they're going to try and get onto this number 7. He's going to end up just trying to knock it out to make sure that Stocksbridge are throwing deep in their own half. Out here now with Tinker. He will take his time with it now, but as he now chucks it downfield, looking for Hernandez. Hernandez gets it caught under his feet and escapes with the ball back to O'Connor, flicks it forward but intercepted, and now it's going to go back to number 3. We'll give it back to Crosby in the Handsworth goal. Another Steels player that's here. Forward into his number 8, then back to Crosby it goes, and O'Connor will try closing him down. He has scored one like that, but Crosby did get away. Gets it forward to Roven now, who's holding up the ball really well from Murray, who keeps having little bites at him, and eventually those bites work. Spreads it out to Deacon, back into midfield to, it should have been to O'Connor. He had acres of space and he didn't get onto it. Down on the number 4 of Handsworth to get on it. Roven tries to get it to the right wing, and short pass. Tinker did intercept but lost it again, and Handsworth tried to play in the middle. Murray intercepts. Murray going to carry on with. Goes now to Novak. Novak's looking to get it the right side for Charlesworth. Charlesworth could have some space here to move into, but it's been covered quite well. He's trying to turn and find Novak. Finds Novak with this pass. Novak is going to go up against the number 11 here. Takes it on the outside, slices the shot with his left foot, and it goes wide. And he just couldn't wrap his foot round the ball like he wanted to, and took a bit of a skid off the surface and ends up going wide of the far post. Remains 1-0 to Handsworth. 29 minutes gone in this game. Into the defence now for Handsworth. They touch it forward, now goes into number 6 who's in the left back position, then back it goes again. O'Connor's triggering the press as it goes all the way back to Crosby. Crosby takes the touch. O'Connor saw his opportunity but just couldn't get to it in time as it was cleared away, and then but it is gone out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Tink will go over to take this throw. Sends it downfield. Handsworth should have that cover though, and Hernandez misses his press, and Handsworth will switch it over to the left hand side, and the number 3 who's got some speed on him will come forward. Charlesworth though, good block tackle, and he will carry the ball away. Touch it onto Butterworth. 1-2 Charlesworth. 50-50 ball, well won by the number 8, and a lovely little touch takes him past Millen. Number 8 continues, takes a shot which is blocked by Murray, takes the sting out of the shot, and will go back to Garman. That number 8 then shows some absolute class. Great 50-50 tackle. A lovely touch of ball to escape from his man. Just the shot ended being charged down by Murray. Millen's going to try and lift past Hernandez, but it's off target. The number 6 comes in and intercepts. Goes back now to Murray, and he takes a touch forward to 10 of O'Connor. O'Connor is going to go look for Charlesworth, who was asking for the ball. He gets it, holds it down. Plenty of options. He'll give it back to O'Connor, who comes forward to help him. Now back to Millen. He's got a lot of space as he takes it forward. Kicks forward to Deakin. Back to Millen it goes. Then out now to Tinker. Then back to Millen. And he was going to look forward for Deakin. Deakin's wanting some options, and in the end he's going to be forced back to Millen. He's going to take the short pass to Butterworth. Heavy touch from him, tackled, and back it will go in the Stocksbridge defence. Goes to Phillipson and then out to the number 2, Tom Charlesworth. Goes to Novak, then back to Phillipson. He's clipped over the top, looking for Charlesworth and headed away from him. And Handsworth have the ball back, and they'll have it in their midfield. The number 8 here. Slicks over to the number 11, but Phillipson will head it away, and Novak collects it deep, and he's going to look to go on the right wing. He's going to get challenged, and he just stumbles his way through before losing possession. Number 3 will boot it out. The number 3 really unhappy with the fact he didn't get a free kick for an alleged push from Charlesworth. I'm going 31 minutes now gone in this game. Out with Murray now, and down to O'Connor. Lays it off, right footer. We'll switch it out to Phillipson. Stocksbridge haven't really got many attacks going. I don't think they've had a shot on. I think they've had one shot on target, actually, just to make a note of as they get it through to Butterworth. Then back to Charlesworth, and then over to Garman now. He will send that over to the left to Murray. Takes it on the inside of a man pressing into, tries to get through the middle, and Millen will battle for that ball, loses that battle to number 10, who lays it to the defence, and then Handsworth will just about keep it in with a pass in, and they get it forward to the 7, who tries to head it beyond Murray, but Murray has that covered, and will pass it back to Murray. It's got some speed on that pass, and it's not the greatest clearance from Garman, but does find its way to O'Connor. He's going to look for the run of Deakin now, but I think the number 2 will have that covered. It will go out to play for, get to number 2 shielding it well, will go out for the goal kick. Charlesworth is getting more and more frustrated on that right-hand side, it seems, with the way Steels are playing. Wanting the Steels to keep the football more and give themselves a bit of a break, and he's not wrong. Stockbridge have tried a few quite long balls that have been a bit hopeless. Deakin is a very talented technical player, but he's not bagged with pace. He's not going to beat a man for pace very often. Ali Novak might, Dan Hernandez might. As a number 3, just knocks the ball over the top of Novak, puts it into the midfield. Number 10 gets it caught on his feet. Will look for the right wing. Welling from Tinker intercepts. He's not put a foot out of place since pre-season, and he's looking good since his injury in that Grimsby game back in March. Poor pass from Charlesworth there, and Millen misses his tackle. Ruven gets the opportunity. Ruven takes a kill, blocked by Murray. Murray first onto it, and he'll get it away. And almost an Handsworth goal out to nothing. Ruven wasn't able to take the opportunity. Elliot Murray was alive to it and got back to it and was able to clear away. Murray on the ball now. And then back it will go now to Garman and forward to Phillipson. Taking it forward. Right foot along, looking for Charlesworth, and Charlesworth tries to head it into the middle and does go to Hernandez, who will find Charlesworth again. Charlesworth back to Millen, and Millen will lose possession, but it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Back with Charlesworth now. Got his few options. It's coming forward to help him. We'll take O'Connor. Not a great touch on him, but he turns it and gets it to Murray, who is in some space over on the left-hand side. We'll take it forward. Right foot in the middle to Novak, who's trying to turn his man, goes down once, nothing given, and Handsworth get away. Ruven looking to try and get the counter-attack going. Number 8 wins a 50-50, spreads it out to the 11 here. O'Connor's the only defender back to help snap. Now a few other Stocksbridge players back. The 11 takes a shot, it's deflected and blocked away. The number 8, who's been very impressive, tries to get the ball. Tinker's back to help him dispossess it. Tinker's trying to dribble it out of trouble. In the end, he does find a man. He finds Deakin. It's really classy defensive play from Jack Tinker. Millen 1-2s it here with Deacon. Deacon goes forward to Hernandez, looking to turn, forced backwards to Millen. Takes touch left footed now, will send it long, and the number 2 will have that covered. Now get it back to Crosby. Out left to their free. Forward to the 11, who takes a good touch, and Novak got a foot in, and it'll be a throw into the home side. Tom Charles seems to be the man who's taken the leadership reins in this game. Not actually sure there is a captain or such. I'm trying to see if an armband is around anyone's shoulder. There doesn't appear to be. Jack Tinker took the armband when Curtis Turner went off in the game against Rossington. Referee throws it down. Anyway, number 8, O'Connor will head it forward to Butterworth, tries to chest it down but loses the ball to number 8, who's been the best player on the field in my opinion. As the 11 tries to turn Phillipson, but Phillipson gets his footing boots away from the centre back. We'll go out for a throw in on that right hand side. The referee's just not letting the right back come any further forward. 37 minutes gone in this half, it's 1-0 to Handsworth. Scott Rutherford with the only goal of the game so far. Thrown into the middle to number 5, who will send it long over the top of the 10, who chests it down, looking to turn Millen all on him. But the number 10 will go down under that pressure and a free kick will be given. Stocksbridge trying to avoid back-to-back pre-season defeats after that 2-0 loss on Monday night to Golcar. Especially because they got the tough test on Friday at home to Farsley Celtic, where we'll see Dylan Yumby lining up against us. The former low knee who made an impression with us a couple of years ago. One of the most powerful shots I've ever seen at Brackenmore. Here comes the Handsworth free kick deep from the right. Into the box it goes, headed away by Charlesworth. O'Connor will head it forward. It goes to Deacon, who will volley forward, and it's going to be Novak trying to get it. A little tactical shot on the free. Goes to Hernandez on the left. Can he find Novak on the far hand side? No, too many men around him, and he loses the ball in the end. Hernandez scored in the opening game pre-season, first 3 minutes in against Wombwell, and there he just couldn't seem to really got surrounded way too quickly, and he just couldn't do anything. There was Novak to find on that far hand side. Shot here to Millen, who lays it off to O'Connor. Gets it over to Charlesworth, who will look for the run of Novak, who gets it under his feet, gets past the number 3. Good work from Novak. Tries to get past the 3 again, but the 3's got him covered, and and eventually Novak lunges in. It might have been a free kick in a normal game, but instead it was just really good defensive work by Handsworth's left back. Ball goes long, and we head away by Tinker. Goes to the right hand side here for the number 2, and then to Ruven, who tried to get the round wing. Tinker intercepts. Tinker tried to get going, but he was blocked on his way. But Butterworth on the ball now. Butterworth will carry it forward. He's got some options. Lays it off to Novak, who gives it back to Charlesworth. Charlesworth gets forward to Butterworth, and then to Novak, but it's intercepted, but only goes back to Charlesworth. Back to Phillipson. Then over the side to Murray. Carry it forward, and left footer will try to find Deacon, but it's beyond him and the fullback. Number 2 will chase it down. Francis can get a touch onto the ball. He'll carry it out, and he will take his time with it. Before getting a harassment from O'Connor, has to give it back to Crosby. Takes the touch, will send it long and chested down by the Handsworth man. He rolls it behind him. Good play, but then eventually that pass forward. But the big important pass was intercepted by Phillipson, who will carry the ball away here now, and Charlesworth takes the touch. He's going to send it long. Look for the run of Novak. Novak just under his feet. He gets away from the free, and a foul will be given for that one. He clipped the back of Novak's foot, and will be a free kick. number 3's had a good game, but he gets very irritated if decisions go against him, and even though it is pre-season. So I was at the ladies' game on Sunday, and I remember the referee telling one of their players, you know, it's only pre-season. Basically, just don't get too worked about decisions that might go wrong. You can get suspensions from pre-season games if you are a particular idiot. I'm not referring that to anyone, but just if you are a bit. Yeah. Here comes Deacon's ball, loop ball, looks at the far post. Murray tries to get onto it, but and they've got enough, and they're going to be able to take the time to get it away. The number 8 here will look for the running 11. It's just beyond him, will be out for a throw-in. 41 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0. Just to let you know that there will be the changes in this game. Won't be happening at half-time. They'll be happening on the 60th minute. As Millen just gets it caught under his foot. We'll just watch this for a second because he has lost it to the number 8. Ruther now holds it up back to the 10. Tries to overlap into the box, but it will be to Garman. So yeah, there will be changes in the 60th minute. There are 6 people who will be coming on. That will be Tyler Foley, Jordan Lemon, Dan Nelson, Kyle Austin, Louis Hall and Luca DeFalco. All will be making their appearance in the second half. Switch play, look from hands of look for the 11, intercept so we can get there. Tink will fight for the header but loses out to the big number 7 that hands have. There's someone over the top of Ruven to try and chase. Murray gets another ball onto it, gets a second foot in and out. It goes for a throw-in on that right-hand side. Closing in on half-time here, 42 minutes gone. 1-0 to Handsworth. And it will be a throw-in here. It'll take some time because the number 6 coming up. When I see the centre-backs coming to take a throw-in, I do think, this is probably going to be a long throw, especially with the way everyone is set up. But the number 4 was coming as a short option. Deacon came out to cover that, but. And here is the long throw, very high throw, and it does end up being a header towards goal, but it's well wide, and Garman quickly takes the goal kick. Charlesworth will carry it forward, slows it down, then takes a short to Novak. Tried to find Charles again, sold him short to that one, and the number 3 intercepts, and now it's back in hands of possession. Charlesworth doing all he can on that right hand side. Number 8 will switch it over to the right and try to keep it in and back into defence, flick forward to the number 4. And in defence, number 6 carrying it forward and over to number 3, who has been an impressive player but he's not been shouting at the referee. Fans have carried it forward. Number 4, big boot forward looking for Ruven. Too far ahead of him. Garman will come out and collect. Rolls it out to O'Connor. Back to Murray. Will carry it forward to short steps. Right football looking for a run here. Too many hopeful on ball forwards in my opinion today, and that one has been covered by the number 6. Hernandez giving it a little push, but not enough one to be a foul. Hernandez having a good fight with him, and somehow eventually it's a free kick, and I think it's actually gone Stocksbridge's way for that one. I think what the referee must be judging is that Hernandez's push on him wasn't another push, and the grabbing hold of the ball as he went down was the foul, is what I'm presuming the referee gives him. I thought it was a bit too much of a push from Hernandez, but it is a free kick that is essentially a corner kick. So we have sent a few players forward. O'Connor will take it. Look at number 6, can only flick it behind. Novak will get it. He takes it out onto that right wing, facing up with number 3. Lays it back now for Millen. Millen takes a shot, drill shot, fantastic save from Crosby. Josh Millen there, curly shot, just seemed to just curl right at the final moment as well. But Tom Crosby, the former Steels goalkeeper, diving to his right-hand side, one-handed, he's managed to tip that round the corner. Really good effort from Josh Millen, but even better save by Crosby. O'Connor taking the corner, looking for the far post, headed away from Phillipson, but that will be half-time here. So Stocksbridge just had their best chance of the game as Josh Millen's effort was well saved by Crosby in the goal. The only goal of the game came from Scott Ruven, his looping header from the free kick leading to The Ambers taking the lead. It's 1-0 at the break. We will see you in 15 minutes. for the second half of the game. Looking forward to it being 1-0 to Handsworth. Scott Ruven scoring against his former team, a looped header. Garman with very little chance against it. Steele's best chance came right at the end. Josh Millen with a good effort from outside the area. It looked like it was dipping in, but Tom Crosby made a fantastic save against his former team. The Stocksbridge will make changes. That will come on the 60th minute. We'll see a few of the reserves coming on, but I think a few of them will be featuring for the first team as the season goes on. And we look forward to seeing that. So we'll go through the Stocksbridge team for you now for the second half, because there's no changes at the break that we know of just yet. So it will be Harry Garman in goal, then Tom Charlesoff, Jack Tinker, Josh Millen, Alex Phillipson, Elliot Murray, Alex O'Connor, Ashley Butterworth, Dan Hernandez, Ollie Novak and Danny Deacon. And we'll go through the bench in a second when it actually loads up. As I say, our internet's been very poor here, hence why we have probably been cutting in and out with you. Ian Richards is just left the dressing room and I think he dropped his phone as he was trying to jog over to his dugout. And here we go. So the Steels get on the way. They're in the all-red kit, kitting from right to left, while Handsworth in the golden shirts, black shorts, black socks, kicking from left to right. O'Connor knocks it on. Hernandez will chase it. Hernandez gets the touch. Left footed, maybe just a bit clunky with the dribble. Goes down under a challenge, and Handsworth will have it back. Clear it away to the number 8, and then Handsworth big switch clearance over to the opposite side. Charlesoff again the final touch will go out for an Handsworth throw-in. So we go. Andy Ring's the one who's going to return it for the throw-in as he heads to the dugout. Free, who has been very matched him all the way, will go out, blocked and out for the corner. So will be, I think, Handsworth a corner kick, their first of this second half. They scored from the set piece last time, that free kick that whipped in looking for Ruven, and Ruven got to it, and Ruven is now standing on the goalkeeper. Here comes the loft one, high, very high, and Phillipson gets the header onto it. Not the cleanest header, but Deacon will collect on the left wing, takes the touch, gets it beyond his man to Novak, who he forced wide, shirt pulled all the way. Quite a nasty pull from the number 8, and it will be a free kick on the halfway line. It's another pre-season yellow card. The referee is putting in some good practice for the season, because he's treating this as it would be a normal game. Normally you get to see those sort of fouls, which would obviously are yellow cards, don't get me wrong, but we normally see them get a bit forgiven in pre-season. Lemon takes the free kick, looking for the run of Hernandez. Hernandez just needs to judge the bounce. He tries to get the touch, touches back, gets the touch on, and he's in the box, looking to find a man in the middle, goes beyond. Butterworth will collect on the right-hand side. Butterworth trying to find some space. A little foot jabbed at him. He's going to take the shot. Butterworth, it's blocked. Number 10 will get on to this, and he is going to touch it away, and it's going to be Handsworth getting away with this one now on the left-hand side. Number 11 looks to get beyond O'Connor for pace, and can't do that, but he will now slowly take it, running at O'Connor. Now will be O'Connor for pace. Really good run. Here comes a cross in. Ruven tries to kill. Great save, Garman. And number 10, O'Connor, will clear that way. Ruven, the first touch, blocked the cross, but then he was able to make the turn, got a volley, very close range. Great save from Garman. Attack not over. Handsworth takes the cross in, and Lemon will clear that away, and Handsworth will maintain pressure. They're number 4 on the ball now, looking to get it forward to the number 10, and he's looking to turn out to the 2. Deacon covering, back to the 7 now, and he'll give it to number 4. Handsworth looking for their spot. Ruven makes a run in the middle. It's not going to be found, and back to the 2 here, overlapping with the 4 on this right wing. Millen is covering. Before we're looking, he's going to put the cross in, and he's going to look for the far post, and Charlesoff gets enough of a head onto it to get it away. Will be a corner kick. Some good attack from Handsworth. A fantastic save though from Harry Garman is the main takeaway from close range from Ruven's volley. Ruven using his body and his weight well to get the turn and sending a very powerful volley in from the edge of the 6-yard area, but Garman, brilliant save. Remains 1-0 to Handsworth here. It's Yeah, 49 minutes gone, and it is 1-0 to Handsworth. Here comes the corner, looking for that near post. Just flicks away from an Handsworth man. O'Connor will pass it out to Deacon on the left. Deacon, can the counter-attack begin here? Moves on the inside, takes it short to Butterworth. Butterworth left-footed, no aim on that pass really. Handsworth able to defend it, but it's back with Butterworth now, and right-footed will look for the runner Novak, but I think it's going to be too heavily hit. It is too heavily hit. We'll be back with Crosby in the Handsworth goal. Number 4 in defence now with Handsworth. They're going to switch it to the number 2. Lemon will go follow him here. So it's back into defence now, and all the way back to Crosby. Taking a few touches, the number 8 came back to help him before Crosby swearing as he cleared that way, because it goes to a Stocksbridge man. Millen on the ball now. Referee got in his way for a moment, but he's able to keep the ball, gets it to Charlesworth. Charlesworth knocks it over the top, looking for the runner Novak. Novak gets a little shunt in his back, not much of one, but it's enough to put him off and ends up going out for a goal kick. So, half time with Stockton, and they're 3-1 up on West Auckland Town. Ball's going line now, looking for Ruffin, who's going to hold the ball up well. Just knocks it off Phillipson and gets the throw in. Going to be allowed for the number 2 here of Handsworth to take this throw. Looks like he might just have to throw it into a melee at the moment. Number 8 just came out, but O'Connor's following him. Number 2 throws it in, touches it back to him. Left footed will go put it into the middle, and heavy touch from the forwards. That will force him back into defence with Deacon pressing round to that number 3, the lively 3. Forward to the 11, who's also been impressive. That left-hand side being strong. Pass blocked by Millen. Butterworth tries to get the shot, loses on that 50-50 though, and Handsworth will retain possession and will come forward. The number 2 has a lot of space to move into on this right-hand side. Faces up with O'Connor now as he moves diagonally. Left-footed looking for the ball in the box, and Garman will collect that with his arms stretching the edge of his own 6-yard area. Garman now will roll it in front of him to Phillipson. Takes forward to Novak, who's forced backwards and back to Charles, who knocks it forward, and Anders trying to find Butterworth on the right hand side, but it will go out for a throw-in. Could be a stoppage from the referee. And so we're going to see some Handsworth substitutions. We don't have a team sheet from Handsworth. Their policy is that because there are trialists on display, sometimes we do in pre-season get that sort of trialist 1 to trialist 11. Because of that, they don't publish a team sheet, meaning the only players we really know are the ones that we've seen before at Stocksbridge, like Crosby in the goal and Ruffin up front. Ruffin's just almost lost the ball. There goes to the number 8, who will put it back to the 5, and he evades the challenge in Anders, and Anders trying to follow him, but not with much intent, and the 5 almost dribbling himself into trouble with Deacon there. Manages to get away from him though. One of those where he looks good, but when he very easily could have looked an idiot. Throwing quickly into the box from Handsworth. Novak heads it away. Millen gets the second header away. Butterworth unchallenged will collect, and now there's pressure on him. Switches out well to O'Connor. O'Connor takes the touch. Right foot is going to look for the run of Novak over the top of 6. Novak can't get it down with his first touch. Does with his second, but that gets time for people to come and help him. Charles, ball into the box over the top of Deacon. It looks like O'Connor will be collecting that on the left-hand side. Needs a bit of help. Jordan Lemon's out there here at left back to help him. O'Connor's going to try and switch it in the middle. Look for Millen. Finds Deacon on the edge of the box. Forced back to Lemon, who took the shot. It's blocked. And it's going to be an awkward bounce there that ends up taking it away from Charlesworth, and Handsworth will get the ball back. Welcome to the AstroTurf bounce. It's a bit like a pinball machine. You're not entirely sure where it's going to go every time. 53 minutes gone, rings 1-0 to Handsworth. That Scott Ruffin goal, as the number 8 will come forward with it now. Try to get the ball into the box, but Garman quickly out to collect. Out here for O'Connor, back now to Deacon, and then O'Connor back to Murray. He's going to take it long, and Hernandez, can he keep it in on this left hand side? He does do so. Hernandez switching, looking for Novak. It's overhit though. I don't think Novak's going to be able to keep it. He tries to keep it in, got the touch onto it, but it only going to take up a goal kick. Stocksbridge's final pass is lacking at the moment, just lacking that final bit of quality to break through. Just a few too many overhit passes. I would say that's typical pre-season, but that was typical end of last season as well. Even though it's completely different players with Dan Hernandez, who played against us at the end of last season for Bridlington. One of those thrilling 0-0 draws we ended the season with. The entertainment could be measured in single digits. With Crosby now. Bit of a change, goalkeeper for Handsworth compared to goalkeeping against the likes of John Sheridan, as he's done in some charity games last year. As Deacon takes a good touch, back it goes to O'Connor, then back to Lemon. Rolls out in front of him, we'll lay it back to O'Connor on that left-hand side, forward to Deacon. Deacon moves into the middle to Millen, who clips it over the top, looking for O'Connor. Wondered if the offside flag might go up, it hasn't done so. Finds Deacon, who tried to get away from his man, but he was tackled. Back out goes to Phillipson though. Handsworth's clearance just being returned to Stocksbridge. With Murray now, forward to O'Connor, then back to Murray. Murray will carry it forward, try to get into the middle, but intercepted and cleared away. Murray will get it back, a bit of confusion. Lemon will go in for it as well, but goes back to Garman anyway. Now to the right with Phillipson. Clip long, looking for Deacon, who's moving to centre forward in this half at the moment, with Hernandez out on the left. Phillipson's going to try and cover this one away after Handsworth cleared down the field, and it's a tough task for him, but he does manage it. Yeah. Will be a throwback to the corner flag, and we are going to see another Handsworth substitution. See if it's anyone we recognise going off. It's number 6 actually going off in that defence, and new centre back for Handsworth for the rest of this game. So throwing Stockbridge do manage to get away from that corner, but the number 8 has hooked it away in, and then a high foot from the number 11, almost connecting with Butterworth's face, is going to be penalised. It will be a free kick to Stocksbridge in their own half. Switch play for Lemon. Now can Stocksbridge build an attack and get a goal? Something for some of our travelling fans to cheer. Phillipson will take out to Charlesworth on the right. Looks to find O'Connor in the middle. Tries to find Hernandez, who's on the right hand side there. Novak's at centre forward. It looks like the front three are rotating at the moment to try and see if they can cause a bit of confusion in the Handsworth defence. Butterworth will lose the ball there, and gets it back with a tackle, gets it to O'Connor. Sliding time, just push it away from O'Connor a bit. Gets it over to Deacon on the left hand side. Deacon face up with his full-back. Deacon going on that left hand side, trying to take it on the outside, but he's been forced into a cul-de-sac. Finds it to O'Connor now, back to Lemon. Lemon looking to right foot it into the box. Goes behind Hernandez. Hernandez is trying to get some space, pushes off his man, back to O'Connor, who gets it to Hernandez, trying to let it through here to Butterworth, trying to find some space. Shot is blocked. It's going to loop onto that right hand side, and then it's going to be a bit awkward and almost bounce out for a corner after the AstroTurf bounce, but in the end the number 5 able to stop it doing so and clears out for a throw-in. Means 1-0 to Handsworth here with Scott Rowan's first half goal. 58 minutes gone. We should be getting close to our second half Stocksbridge substitutes. It goes out to Novak, then back to Charlesworth, left foot to try to find the ball in, blocked at the first attempt. Back for Murray, who will left foot to get it to O'Connor. Then back to Murray, taking it forward. In the touches, and then back to O'Connor, who isn't entirely sure what to do with, but he will get it to Phillipson in defence, and then over to Millen, who's taking a spot on the right hand side. Big challenge going in there. It's a fair one. It'll go out for a throw, but a Stocksbridge throw. Charlesworth will take the throw in. Thrown to Novak, then back to Charlesworth, takes it beyond one man. Charlesworth goes on trying the killer pass, looking for DK, and to O'Connor, and it was offside anyway. It was a great pass, killer pass, but O'Connor did wonder if the flag was going to go up. It did very quickly. O'Connor disagreeing with the decision with the linesman over on that right-hand side, but looked like a fair one to me. Number 4 for Handsworth on the ball now, deep, and O'Connor pressing. Back with Crosby now, who will lay it over to the left-hand side, and Handsworth will look to build. They're leading at the moment, but would like to double their lead. Obviously, these aren't nervy encounters. They're pre-season. The result does not matter in the end, but just the minutes and the legs, and make sure your systems are getting refined, ready for the season, and perhaps spotting any problems before it merges in that opening day FA Cup game against Prestwich Hayes. And it does look like we are going to see the Stocksbridge substitutes now. So we got a few of them just trying to see. So Butterworth's heading off, Millen's heading off. And here comes several substitutes going on. So you got Louis Hall coming on there. He's going to take a spot on the right wing. Luca DeFalco is coming on. Trying to see who else. It looks like Kyle Austin is on the number 4. The 11 will be the first one to get onto it here. He passed it to the 4. He's going to send it long. Will be tracked all the way by Lemon as it goes out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So it looks like that front three has DeFalco in the centre of it. As Handsworth on the attack on the left-hand side here, looking to find a way to cross the team. Goes on the outside, low cross, well blocked. Stocksbridge get that one away. Back into defence it goes, and long from Handsworth on the left-hand side, trying to come forward with it. Nelson tried to tackle but missed it. Austin's closing in now as well. Louis Hall trying to be busy on that right wing to press, but Handsworth able to get it away from them. Sven Handsworth in centre of defence now. Gets it over onto the left. Looking to get the shot off. They can't. Here comes the shot, and Garman saves at the near post. At the end, while he was able to get the shot off, it wasn't the most strongest effort. It went for that near post. Garman should have that covered all the time, really. So DeFalco trying to get in on a tackle there in the midfield. Ends up able to redistribute it in defence. And Handsworth happy to have it in their own defence after that Stockbridge pressure. Stockbridge need to have a bit more energy after that fleet of substitutions came on. Charlesworth on the main that stayed on. He gets it to Hall on the right. Hall then immediately gets barged into the back of. Just looked like he was just trying to get up to some pace there. The young forward, and he gets free kick. Louis Hall, who will be familiar with this ground, he plays for the Sheffield United community team. Scored 36 goals for that team last season. There was only about 20 odd games, that's why it was impressive. It's going to be a short free kick from Stockbridge. Charlesworth tries the ball in, it's a low bouncing ball aimed at Hall, and it's cleared away. Phillipson doesn't get the best clearance away on that. Handsworth keeping it in a forward area, Ruven battling for it, but Nelson clips it away, but that's actually going to help the number 16 of Handsworth, who was trying to bundle his way through. In the end, he's tackled. Garman races to stop it going out for a corner. Very short pass to Lemon, and confident play from Garman. as Nelson carries away, goes to Deacon. Deacon lofted one over the top, will be too heavy for anyone. Actually, DeFalco is going to get onto that. Great work from DeFalco over on the left wing. Now, he's got no one really in the centre team. She finds Deacon, but loops away from him, and then Hansfield to clear. Austin, who's in central midfield today, will be able to get onto it. We'll list the full team out for you with so many changes in a second. As a loop ball goes in, Hernandez looking to challenge for it, but Crosby claims. So the full team is as follows: Harry Garman still in goal, then it's Tom Charlesworth, Jordan Lemon came on for Jack Tinker, then Dan Nelson, who came on for Josh Millen, Alex Phillison, Tyler Foley, who came on for Elliot Murray, Louis Hall, who came on for Alex O'Connor, Carl Austin, who came on for Ashley Butterworth, Dan Hernandez remains on, Luca DeFalco came on for Ollie Novak, and Danny Deacon stayed on. Keeping track of teams during pre-season is a full-time job, I tell you. Here comes Handsworth in midfield, but well intercepted by Phillipson. Come forward, he's going to get ragged around a bit, and it will be a free kick. And that earns a jeer from our photographer. And it will, but the free kick just inside the Steel's half. We are going to see an answer substitution. The number 7 is going to head off, and so is Scott Ruven. But we might have to see another substitution as well, because their number 5 is currently sitting on the ground, not looking particularly well. So we have a potential stop for treatment. That just as the physio was about to start coming on, he was told by the referee, you can head back off now. So I think we will have the game continue with the number 5 for Handsworth still on the field. Yep, he's back up on his feet. He will continue. And he'll resume with his Stocksbridge free kick on the right-hand side of the pitch in their own half with Tom Charlesworth over the ball. A former Penistone Churchman having his first pre-season with the Seals. And as I say that, the number 5 is going to head off and be replaced. I don't have the Handsworth team sheet, so unfortunately I can't tell you the names of the replacements. We're going to go with Trialist K, because it probably is a trialist. Phillipson, not forward, looks the right thing for Hall. Back to Charlesworth, takes the touch, turns well. Looping it around to Foley, who will carry it forward. Drill pass into the middle. Falco has to go backwards with it, but keeps possession. Tried to find Charles with the overlap, was intercepted, and Handsworth will try and launch the counter-attack here. That header though loose. Scott Ruven actually is remaining on the pitch. He looked like he was heading off. He's not doing so, just for a drink it seemed. As Garman passed it beyond him, over to the right-hand side, where Deacon is, who's chopped very deep. Hall will loop it back to him. As Deacon in a right-back position at the moment. He will switch play over to Foley. Good touch from the centre-back. Will carry it forward. Back over to Lemon on the left-hand side. Finds pass forward to DeFalco, who's been forced back to the left. Foley comes up to help him, still on his left-hand side. Opens up his body and goes to Nelson, who has it caught under his feet a bit, but he'll get the pass forward to Austin, who gets a bit of a shoulder in the back, but it's going to stay in play, and Nelson's on it, lays it off to Hall, and Hall avoids a challenge. Hall left-footed ball, looking for the far post, overhit though, and ends up going out for a goal kick. Some lively play from Louis Hall, who's been looking good. Goal kick here, so 68 minutes gone in this game. It is still 1-0 to Handsworth. Steel's looking better. Could the Steels grab one in the last 20 minutes plus of this game? Yeah, it doesn't matter really, but it's nice, isn't it, if you pick up results and get goals. It just makes you feel a bit more confident going into the year, even if that confidence ends up being totally misplaced. As the centre-back sends it long, and Lemon takes a touch and has to be forced backwards with it. Garman takes touch and it almost runs into Lemon. Could have been a calamity there. Lemon just boots that one away, and into the middle it goes. Deacon collects. Deacon's sent one to chase, and there will be two-headed DeFalco, and the number 20 will head it back to Crosby. Back here for centre-back 20, who's going to send it long. Head away by Charlesworth, and he'll be out for a throw-in. Sent long and by the throw in with Charles. He easily got it, but he's lost it to Handsworth, and Handsworth on the attack. They move it into central midfield, but they're forced backwards. Good defensive shape from Stocksbridge, stopping any potential, taking advantage of that Charlesworth slip, a rare slip from the ultra reliable right back. Number 4 will give it back to 20, and then all the way back to Crosby it goes. Now to the 19, who will take it forward, and 2-2, and then he's been forced backwards. Handsworth having a nice spell of possession. They're not going anywhere with it at the moment, but they're keeping hold of the ball on the left hand side, and back into the centre back for the 20. Now over to the 19 as Handsworth have made plenty of substitutes in this half, and they've got the attack. The number 8 trying to loop pass in, it's blocked by Folly, and back with Deakin now to Lemon, and Lemon puts through to Folly. One touch pass to Deakin, who will send it back to Phillipson, one of the men doing 90 minutes today. Over to Austin, poor touch from Austin, and this could let Handsworth in, but in the end he's had to double back his run, the forward, and gets it to the number 8 on the right hand side, facing up with Lemon. Goes on the outside, bit of a tussle between him and Lemon. Lemon in the end gets a big sliding tackle in. It will be a corner kick. Lemon looked like he was going to lose that battle, but at the last minute dived in with a well-timed challenge and stopped the number 8 game passing. Will be a corner. Stocksbridge will have to be on their toes defensively now. As number 8 goes over to take this corner for, and if it was from a set piece where Handsworth took the lead in this game, though that was a free kick. But they are a big side, and not bigger than they used to be. It seems like they're having a bit of a change in tack under the management of Mark Ward and Lee Thompson, another former Steel on the bench. Here comes the corner in, here comes the corner, and it's 2 set pieces that have spelt doom for the Steels in this one. That was just a well-hit corner and a well-met header in the centre. Has doubled the lead for the Ambers. It's 2-0 to Handsworth. And perhaps Stocksbridge will need some work in set pieces in the coming training sessions. Wasn't really a weakness for Stocksbridge last year. Perhaps when we see Elliot Owen make his debut, he's signed the 6'4" defender from Pontefract Collieries. Perhaps that is what he's going to be the speciality of, but that is 2 set pieces not defended by Stocksbridge and has led to a goal on both occasions. 2-0 to Handsworth. And it looks like the Steels are slipping to defeat here at the Express Worktop Stadium. Foley going forward, takes the touch through to Deakin. Heavy touch back. Bit of it. Going to be a Handsworth throw-in. Number 2 here. Going forward. I think while Lucas Falco is on the pitch and there's been a bit of improvement attacking because of that, Stocksbridge have just lacked that natural centre forward today. Jack has him on holiday, Sam Kelly away. Things I believe will improve when those 2 are back. I don't think we'll see Aslam on Friday. Hopefully we'll see Kelly. As the ball is boosted forward and out for Garman to collect. Rolls in front to Phillipson. We're going to see Stockbridge get 1 before the end of the game as Phillipson charges forward. Phillipson trying to see if he can cause an overload himself. Sends one over the top for Hall to try and chase. He's got the pace, but the 20 is going to cover it well. Turns around him as well. Now Austin trying to stop Handsworth get away from that corner. Bit of a clumsy one from Austin. He's taken out his man. Nothing's been given for it though. Deakin will lay it off to Nelson. Forced backwards to Deakin. Will get to the right of Charles will come forward. Try to find the overlap. No one was there for it. And it'll be allowed to go out for a goal kick. That goal there coming on the 72nd minute. We are now in the 74th minute. Here comes half hour of this game. Lemon sliced the ball forward, but it does find Hernandez. Hernandez just getting caught under his feet, got 2 men round him, and Handsworth look like they're going to just go home away with the ball, but Deacon comes back and Hernandez gets it back. It through to DeFalco. DeFalco finds Hernandez again. Something came off Hernandez then as he was going forward. Not sure what it is as he loses the ball. And something I think Hernandez will need to improve on is that he's lost the ball and he looks like he's in a bit of a sulk after losing the ball, to be honest. Doesn't go back and try to fight back for it immediately. Hernandez has picked up. I think it might be his shin pad that Hernandez has lost and now picked up. As Handsworth will have the ball in their own defence as we get into the 75th minute of this game. Crosby touching forward into defence and Handsworth happy to have it here. If it's it with them, Stocksbridge can't score and potentially find a way back into this match. Flip ball forward, but Foley reads it well and knocks it away, but finds his winger on the left-hand side here. Travels immediately into him and he has to go back to the full-back and then back into centre of defence. Pass going forward to the 16 and into midfield, and Handsworth with a bit of space here as they come forward with the ball. Out to the number 8. Faced up with Foley, gets through Hernandez, and gets past Hernandez, slip pass, and then it is Foley himself who stops it going forward now. Hernandez will try to go back, but he's been robbed the ball really well. He's been a bit slow. Definitely got the ball. One of Stocksbridge's best passenger plays, that. Deacon with the corner. Stocksbridge have looked strong from some of the corners this pre-season, but we haven't seen it that much today. Here comes the corner, lofted, right to the far post, headed away, and that seems to be happening with every corner. Not seem to have found a single Stocksbridge man from one. Stocksbridge have got it back. DeFalco put the cross in, it's blocked. First onto it is Nelson, who will look to switch play to the right-hand side. Deacon's trying to keep it in. He does do so. Plays it back here to the right side. Ball goes in the middle. Goes to Hernandez, who back to Nelson, who takes a shot. It loops, hits the bar, and then headed away. Dan Nelson with... Well, I didn't know what to think of that shot when he initially made it. It looked at first like it was just going to go like high and wide, but it just looped in the perfect way. Hits the bar, crashes down. Handsworth have to be quick to defend it. It's going to be a corner kick on this left-hand side for Stocksbridge. That's two shots from outside the area. That's caused some problems. Josh Millen in the first half, and then Dan Nelson in second, both from defensive midfield. Deacon's corner here, looking for the far post. Hernandez gets the header, goes to the edge of the 6-yard area. Somehow doesn't end up in it. It's Louis Hall there, whose shot is blocked on the edge of the 6-yard area. It's going to be another corner kick. Thought that one was going to find its way into the back of the net. It's brilliant defending from Handsworth, and it's now a third corner in a row for the Steels. But we are going to need another ball before we can have it. Must have looped over into the AstroTurf behind us. Deacon now will have it on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side here. Left-footed ball in, looking for the far post. Risen highest as was Foley, but he's just headed it wide of the post. He's rose higher than the entire defence there, just can't get the direction on the header, and it goes wide of that far-hand post. Will be a goal kick. Tyler Foley, probably his biggest goal he ever scored was in the under-18s final 2 years ago. Scored the opening goal against Worsborough Bridge as the Steels completed and effectively unbeaten in the local area, unbeaten in the league and the local cup, and sealed that cup victory, a 3-0 win. But Foley was the man who got the goals going in that game with a flicked header over the top of the Worsborough keeper. Ball over the top, number 11, who acrobatically tries to keep the ball in. He does do so as well, but he only gives it to Charlesworth, who has to give it back now to Garman, who's sent long, looking for Deacon, who flicks it on, but Austin can't get onto it. Goes back to Nelson, who tries to find Hernandez, but intercepted. Ball goes forward, but that Lemon intercepts, and Lemon will get it back into Phillipson. Phillipson tries to find Novak. Well intercepted, though, on the left-hand side. We can find Hall on there, sorry. They do look similar from a distance, that's my excuse. Both two young lads with that floppy hair on the top. Well, every young lad seems to have now, as they say they're an individual. I realise I'm turning into a grumpy old man as my life goes on. Crosby on the ball now as he flicks over into his to defender. Closing in on the end of this game now as Handsworth playing keep ball. 80 minutes gone, just 10 minutes for Stocksbridge to find a way back into it. Had a good spell from some of those set pieces, but couldn't find the back of the net. Nice to see a lot of those efforts came from the younger lads, from Dan Nelson, from Louis Hall, from Tyler Foley. In centre defence, ball going forward to the number 2. Out to the 8, who I think has been the best player on the pitch today, Handsworth's 8. And as he says, and as he does that, he tries to put a cross in that is higher than 2 goals, which is the absolute proving of the old adage of the commentator's curse. I think we need a new ball, and we will get one. So, short one from Garman, lays it off to Foley, who takes it forward. Got some pressure, but he's going to send it off, but intercepted by the 2, who's looking for Hernandez on that left wing. Number 8 here, Handsworth takes the ball, he will pass it out to 18 on the right. Foley following him and harassing him and forces him to pass it back to number 2, who gets past Hernandez, then doubles back into his own half, and will give it all the way back to Crosby. Lays it off into centre back now, and we'll get it onto that left hand side, taking it forward and going to try and find the winger who's got the beat into Charlesworth, but I think Charlesworth maybe let him go a bit and Garman comes and collects it. Garman big throw out to Charlesworth, but that winger is quick and he got back to him quite well, puts it into midfield now for Deacon, who is trying to control play at the moment. And Garman then over to Foley, ball forward, but it's a poor pass and is intercepted, and Handsworth back on possession with the number 20. And over on that left hand side and to the 20 again. Again, Handsworth I think are just trying to practice like they're controlling the game at the end of when they're winning. It's a big thing figuring out, right, we got the lead. How do we keep it as we get towards the end of the game? And might as well use this sort of thing in pre-season for it. Centre back here will switch it over to that right hand side here. Going to be a challenger Lemon. Lemon with the little shove, but it came off to his last. I think he might have given a free kick for that as well. And we'll see how it lines up. Yes, it will be a free kick. That little push from Lemon was too much, and there'll be another chance for Handsworth to put a ball in the box. So I don't think they aren't committing men forward. It was from a free kick like this. Lead about an hour ago with Scott Roven. And number 8 on the ball now. Here comes the right-footed effort. Headed away, goes to the edge of the 6-yard area. Handsworth take the shot, but it's blocked. It's Dan Nelson with the crucial block, when Handsworth looked like they were going to make it 3-0. Handsworth is throwing over on the left wing. Game just seems to be ending quite quietly. 84 minutes gone. It's 2-0 to Handsworth. Front goes into the box. Handsworth get the header, but no one's there. Here comes the shot and smashes off the inside of the post and goes wide. Actually ends up going out for a throw-in in the end when it bounds off. That layoff was more impressive than I realised initially. Matt in the midfielder rushed onto it. A powerful effort. Garman was left rooted to the spot. Comes off the inside of the post. It couldn't have been closer to a goal if it had tried. And in the end, it's so narrow. It ends up going out for a throw-in over on the right-hand side. It's going to be thrown back to Garman. I think the referee would like to have a nice early night. We'll go over at the earlier kick-off. As Handsworth balls goes back to the Stocksbridge box. Garman takes it. Non-willing. Throw it and overhand throw to Phillipson, who will carry it forward. Lays it off to the right to Charlesworth, who is coming forward with it. Been a frustrated man for most of the game. Sends it into the middle now to Tyler Foley. taking his time with it. Got a bit of help from Deacon, who will now get the ball off him. Deacon turning, and he's looking for his option. He has to give it back to Foley, who takes it over the halfway line, and then has to just give it back to Deacon. Handsworth have got a shape, and they're keeping it very solid. Nelson links it out to the right-hand side now with Phillipson coming forward. Phillipson looking for the killer pass here. Might have found it here on the right-hand side, and a bit of a tumble between the players. It's going to be judged as fair game between Austin, one of the Handsworth players, and the Handsworth player is staying down. It is a goal kick. Hopefully that's all right. That's the worst thing to see is an injury in pre-season. It's just a thing sometimes with these like 3G pitches, they can just catch you in bad ways that just pull a muscle, and it can be really tough on the soft tissue. He is now back up though, and the game will resume. So Handsworth in their defence now will take it forward and spread it over to their left-hand side. Charlesworth is pushing him out, and he actually will eventually force him out to play for a throw. And it's really good work from Tom Charlesworth, I think being Stocksbridge's most impressive player today, and also the most frustrated. Chip ball looking into the middle, but that'll be booted away. Number 18 is going to look to take advantage of Charles being a bit higher up, but well followed by Phillipson, who will boot that out and play for a throw-in. 88 minutes gone. We're just 2 minutes from time here, and the Steels are heading for their second pre-season defeat in a row. So that'll make it 2 wins and 2 losses in pre-season. We were close on a couple of occasions today. Josh Miller in the first half, he had probably the best effort. Well saved by Tom Crosby, and also just seen Dan Nelson hit the bar. Hernandez is trying to put pressure on his man, but he's just feinted him off really well. The number 2 puts it back into the 20, who crosses the halfway line. He'll switch play out, look for the 8, but Lemon reads it well, and he will come forward with it. Sends it off now to Austin. Austin takes a touch. He's going to try and find the winner. Hall has to stop back for it. Man came through the back of him, and it will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. In a good position. 2-0 here. They got the second goal in that half from a header in the box. Stocksbridge had their chances. They've hit the bar today, but not shown enough in attack to get any goals. It's a disappointing one for the Steels as they lose 2-0 again, just like they did on Monday night to Golcar. So the Steels will be back in action on Friday night. They're at home to Farsley Celtic. The National League North side. We'll see our former player Dylan Yumby in that game. We look forward to that. We'll see you there on Friday night. Hopefully Will Commentary will be back for that game as well. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Adam Allcroft. It's been fantastic having you here with me at Handsworth tonight.